Hello, YouTubers. Just thought I would come on quickly. I was just going through the comments and replying to stuff. Sorry, I've been a bit delayed in doing that. Don't seem to get notifications on my phone as much as I used to. I seem to have to go on the computer and sort of filter through what I've not replied to and such. But one of the comments was actually on the PD170 video. Somebody said, "What's the point in using this when you can use an iPhone 7 Plus and Ford has a 4K camera and all like." I said, "You must be new around here. I mean, this is my channel is really, I do the fibromyalgia and my health sort of stuff as well to help spread awareness for that condition. But I also, primarily, as you know, guys, most of the videos are of the camera, of the vintage stuff. But yeah, so it's obviously somebody who's just come across a PD170 video of mine, which is strange because you probably would have had to search that term to get that. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm recording this now on an iPhone 12 Pro. I have the latest gadgets. I've always been a gadgets man. That's a 4K massive 50 something inch, 50, is it 58? 58 inch 4K TV from a couple of years ago. Premium soundbar. I have a PlayStation Pro. I've got an Xbox. I will buy the PS5 one day when funds are a bit better and so on. I've got the gear, but I'm very much an analog guy. I've always liked the tapes. I mean, it's my childhood for a lot of those cameras. Well, I didn't own all these cameras back in the day, but I did sort of touch on that. I mean, things like the PD170 and the FX1. I dreamed of owning an FX1 when it was brand new. It came out in 2004. I would have been, in my early 20s back then. No, even younger than that. I would have been late teens. I'm 35 now. You do the maths, I can't be asked. But regardless, that was just like a £5 camera. I couldn't afford it back then. So to own one now, I bought that in 2018. That cost about £400, which actually is bonus from work at the time, as I recall. It's mint condition. It works perfectly. Hopefully it does for a long time. It's actually still got the box. I've got the retail packaging box for it as well, which is nice. That's why I paid a bit more for it. Plus they're a bit more valuable back in 2018, sort of that they've plummeted recently. You can pick up an FX1 now for sort of 300 or less if you're lucky. Some people have bought them for 250, which is crazy cheap for a camera of that of that quality. But yeah, I make retro camera videos. This is what my YouTube video is. I would have thought that was clear from my my main page as well. Love of film, but yeah, back in the day when I was a teenager, I used all the video and high equipment. That's what me and my older brother owned, and countless videos back in the day were made, all of which pretty dreadful. But my brother's got quite a few of them online. It's nothing spectacular to share, so I've never done it on my channel. You see the old bits of clips now and then. I've got it something like in that main video where I sort of go over the love of filmmaking and over the many years. But also the majority of stuff filmed back in the day was my brother. My brother was more into making those sort of videos back in the day. I just happened to record the odd thing. But yeah, I just thought I'd reply to that because it's a bit of fun. I thought, why use this when you could use an iPhone? I own an iPhone. I'm not living in the dark ages. I like the retro camera gear, and I've got a good selection. I think 22 on my latest count on my list. I've got of cameras. I've got a TRV 310, hopefully on the way to me shortly. I got that at a good price. I've wanted one of those for the longest time, and I'd sold the 520 because that was, as much as it was great archiving camera, as a camera, it was crap. I just wasn't a fan of that model. I never was. The resolution on it was poo for digital 8 as well. But that's what Sony did near the end. Listen to the 12-volt guy that I've spoken multiple times about his videos. I've learned a lot of stuff from him. Sony really crippled digital 8 in the end in terms of quality. It wasn't the quality that was a problem with digital 8 in the end. It was the crappy sensors that Sony put in the camera recorders because they wanted to push at that point mini DV. So that's why the cameras got worse and worse. Even though some of the features, like on the 330 has got recording capability of analog input, so you can use it as a VHS capturing device and then output via Firewire. But again, the sensor's not great. It's all right. It's not one of the worse digital 8 ones, but it's not the best either. where something like the TRV 120 I've got down now, I'm just recording front facing at the moment, but TRV 120 I've done some upgrade uploads recently. That's a better sensor on that one. But yeah, I've got the 310 as I say, so that will be shortly, hopefully, as long as that's all good, and it should be. Bloody hope it is. I'll be doing some uploads from that, but that will become my capture device for all my 8mm tapes. Good reason as well, moving to a 310 versus having the 520 I had or whatever, or the 120 I've got now, is those on the top where the tape opens up, you have to keep flipping the lid all the time. Every time you're changing tape, you only have to do that so often, you know, after a certain amount of times, and you can break the cable. I'm very, very gentle when opening, so I don't damage it, but you know, in time, that's just going to go back and forth. It's going to snap, and then certain things won't work. So to have the 310, which operates like the 110 in terms of the basket comes up and then just slots out, and then you put the tape in and close it. There's no moving of flex cables and stuff. It's a much more well-built unit. So that will be, as I say, my capture device moving forward. But anyway, enough waffling. I just really came on here to talk about the comments, but well, that particular comment, because it tickled me. Right. I hope you're doing well, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.